Lac star Tony Massetti makes her comeback after a season-ending injury to elevate the team to a win in the season opener. Hello, I'm Anna Gomez.
Smolinski. Records on records on records on records on records shattered in the A10 champions for the swim teams. We're going in. You're watching LaSalle TV's home for Explorer Athletics. SportsLine.
Welcome to SportsLine. We have almost too much video going on for this show this week. You're going to see victory, heartbreak, and a lot more heartbreak. But we are not going to let that define us.
That's right, Anna. There is too much serious ish coming up, and we have Tyler Moore coming on desk to discuss the upcoming first round of the women's A10 basketball tournament, and just so it happens, it's being hosted here at LaSalle. And then Dana Pecora also gets to talk to iconic freshman phenom Devin Coral from the volleyball team.
First, let's take a look at our SportsLine top three.
Top three!
Top three! Well, first of all, number one, we just mentioned it, but this is exciting because despite dropping their last game against Fordham, women's basketball has earned themselves a spot in the A10 championships. Thanks to a 9-7 record in the conference, the women are in the 6th seed, and they'll be playing the A10 opener for the championships on Saturday here at the Tom Gola Arena at noon. And later, Ty Moore will bring us more about that.
And then number two, we're going to be starting it on the season opener this weekend. Luke Riley was named Big 5 Pitcher of the Week. That's for men's baseball, my bad. And the graduate student threw 4 scoreless innings against Butler on Saturday. And last year, he led the team in strikeouts during A10 play.
Wow. And for women's lacrosse, they had a barn burner of a season opener against Manhattan. So let's check it out.
Women's lacrosse versus Manhattan College season opener. Oh yeah. Last season, they lost 5 straight without a win, and it looked like it was going to be a repeat offense from the start of this game. And immediately, Manhattan took control and scored 2 goals within the first 10 minutes. Taking a look at that shot there, and with freshman goalie Lynn Frankel in her first start, it looked a little rocky. Then, things switched around when Allie Ilgen-Fritz capitalized on a free position shot, ducking into traffic to put LaSalle on the scoreboard. Then, the combo of Ilgen-Fritz and Tony Mazzetti stripped one of the Jaspers at midfield and pulled off an effortless one-timer. Just right here, taking this, making it look easy. Tony Mazzetti with the snipe, and with Mazzetti's first game back after a season-ending injury last year, she decided to follow up that goal with a ruthless breakaway power move to keep LaSalle in the game. And needless to say, it feels amazing to have Mazzetti back on the court. And right here, Lynn Frankel finally cut the nerves and started making some brilliant saves here, really showing that she has the maturity. Then her offense kicked in, picking apart the Manhattan back line like a bunch of savages. And wait, we have controversy. Number 9 on Manhattan was convicted of having an illegal deep pocket stick, and there she goes. Shame on you, number 9. Shame on you. That's right. Cheaters never win. Yeah. Anyways, LaSalle's defense had some great looks, not letting any breakaways slide. And then the offense kept moving with beautiful goals and assists from Brittany Edwards, Mickey Raymond, and Nicole Black. Look at this, just juking the line. 5-hole. Whoa! Now we got a free position point. Top shelf. I'm feeling it. And then right here, Rachel Seplow juking her into the 4th dimension. That is broken ankles. And right here, Tony Mazzetti looking, just finds a line, holds it, beats out 5 defenders, does the barrel roll. That's pretty much how women's lacrosse takes the win, 13-7. I'm feeling it. You should be feeling it too. That's what I'm talking about. Lacrosse action, season opener, yeah.
Thank you, Jake, for that just stream of consciousness recap of lacrosse. But lacrosse will stay here at home to play Sacred Heart on Saturday and their hometown rivals Temple on Wednesday. And now to keep up with the ball rolling on rockstar excelling women in LaSalle sports. On February 18th, LaSalle women's basketball team clinched a home playoff game for the first round of the Atlantic 10 tournament following a hard-fought victory over the University of Massachusetts. With their 57-52 win over the Minutemen, the team will also finish the year with an 8-5 road record which is their best in a decade. Leading the Explorers in the game was freshman Sophia Wafang, who posted the first double-double of her collegiate career with a team leading 17 points and 11 rebounds. Anemone O'Sheal also finished with a career high of 13 points, and in addition to her 4 rebounds, senior Lisa Mincer got on the career high action as well with her 10 points. Amy Griffin added 7 assists and 7 rebounds to the stat sheet alongside Jasmine Alston's 7 assists and 9 boards. This is an excelling team. So after clinching that win, they went on to Fordham. Let's roll the clip. Let's see how this goes. Now, this game really didn't matter because they were already in the A10 tournament at this point, but Amy Griffin, career high 37 points. You see her there. This is a team that is just really on fire right now. You see Alston with that awesome pass. Amy Griffin going in for the good layup there. Then you also have Shalina Miller, who's a really big up and comer. We're not going to mention her too much. She had a really good game as well. And then Jasmine Alston again, making this a beautiful, beautiful game. Now, as much as this was a beautiful game, we did not win. We lost in double overtime to Fordham. The Explorers were tied at 50-50 when Amy Griffin made it 52-50 with 15 seconds left. Fordham topped that at the very last second. We went to double overtime, and it just goes downhill. It didn't matter. We're in the A10. We're seeded 6th. We're playing St. Bonaventure on Saturday. Everything's fine. Everything's good.
Yeah,
no qualms.
Okay, Anna. All right. Now on to men's basketball. They're just having a rough go of things, and the grind of the A10 is taking its toll, and who's even on this team anymore? Anyway, LaSalle dropped both of their games this week, and Steven Silvestro has the coverage.
The LaSalle men's basketball team had 2 big A10 games this week. First, they took on Big 5 rivals St. Joe's on Saturday. The Explorers came out firing quickly, gaining a 10-point lead in the first 3 minutes that they would never let go. This charge was led by Amar Stukes, who scored all 15 of his points in the first half, shooting 5 of 6, and Pookie Powell with 13 points and 3 assists in the game. The Explorers kept their foot on the gas, shooting 60% in the second half, including B.J. Johnson with 15 of his 18 points coming in the second half and coming 1 rebound short of a double-double, and had many electrifying plays such as this dunk. Jordan Price stayed consistent, ending with 18 points and 5 assists. The Explorers led by as many as 27 in the second half and held on to defeat the young St. Joe's team 83-68 for their first Big 5 win since 2015. Next up for the Explorers was a game on Tuesday against the Rhode Island Rams. The Explorers were led by Amar Stukes, who had 9 points in the first half, and Pookie Powell, who scored a team-high 14 in the game. LaSalle kept even with the Rams for a while before the offense went dead, causing the Rams to go on a 12-2 run with 5 minutes left in the first half, and the Explorers could never find their way back into it, shooting only 35% in the game. B.J. Johnson struggled throughout the game, shooting 4 for 12 and committing 5 turnovers. The Explorers could not guard Rhode Island's junior guard, Jared Terrell, who ended the game with a game-high 24 points. It wasn't the Explorers' day as they fell 67-56. The Explorers are now 7th in the A10 with a 8-7 record with 3 games remaining. For SportsLine, I'm Steven Silvestro Jr.
Whoa! Well, what can you do? Change the subject, and that's what we're going to be doing. So, baseball season is back in full swing, and after 4 preseason games, the Explorers are 0-4. In 2 games this weekend, LaSalle faced Butler, dropping both. In the first, starting pitcher Luke Riley threw 4 solid innings, only allowing 3 hits while striking out 7. And Matt Holt relieved Riley and pitched 3 decent innings, striking out 4 Bulldogs and giving up 1 unearned run. And things stayed close with a 1-1 game at the 7th, but 1 hit led to another, and in the 8th, the Bulldogs took a 3-1 lead, handing them the win. In the first of 2 matchups against Ohio, LaSalle scored first in their Saturday game. However, even with RBIs from Ben Fassos and Ryan Guckin, the Bobcats put up 10 runs on the board, closing the weekend 10-2.
Well, men's swimming should have warned us before heading to their 3-day weekend at the Atlantic 10 Championships, because this was one for the record books. On the first day alone, the men were off to a hot start, breaking school records left and right. The first of 3 on the day was the 800 free relay, which broke a 30-year school record in 6 minutes, 36 seconds, thanks to the team of Alexander Nikolic, Jerry Gravel, Fabian Bergman, and Marcus Forsgren. The quartet shattered the previous record by 6 seconds. And then Nikolic took it upon himself to set a new school record in the 200 free race. On Saturday, Fabian Bergman broke his old school record in the 200 backstroke with a new time of 1 minute and 43 seconds. The 400 free relay team clocked in with a new school record by a whole 2 seconds, a la Fadley, Nikolic, Bergman, and Forsgren. Fadley also topped the board in the 100 free, touching the wall in just under 45 seconds. And after 3 days, the Explorers earned 528 points for a second-place finish at championships behind George Washington.
But not to be outdone, women's swimming and diving wrapped up their Atlantic 10 championships on a good note as well. Junior Hannah Elliott set a new school record in the 200 backstroke with a time of just over 2 minutes, beating the record set in 2009 by over a second. And then in the competition overall, the Explorers earned 151.5 points, and then sophomore Olivia DiStefano placed 11th in the 100 free with a time of 52 seconds. And DiStefano was not the only one ranked, as Caitlin Hay, 10-1 stuck on the pennage, and Eva Marie Osterhaus contested in the 400 free relay in 3.5 minutes. And sophomore Emily Welbert placed 11th in the 200 fly, clocking in at 2 minutes, 4 seconds. And for the full recap for the men's and women's swimming at the A10 championships, hopping over to GoExplorers.com.
It's loaded. The men's and women's tennis team continued on their non-conference league play with matches against St. Peter's. The men's team came out hot, sweeping in the doubles points. The blue and gold kept up the momentum with wins in 5 of 6 singles. Francesco Mauri continued his own hot streak with another 2-set victory, while freshman Braden Ward had a dominating 6-1, 6-0 performance in the last singles match. The Explorers recorded the victory with a final of 6-1. Meanwhile, the women had a nail-biter with the Peacocks. Ali Santarelli and Jade Smith led the charge for LaSalle with a crucial doubles win and wins in each of their own individual matches, pushing the Explorers to a 4-3 victory, their first since 2013.
And men's track and field headed down to Virginia this weekend to compete in the 2-day-long A10 indoor championships. And starting off the weekend was junior Jordan Bryan, who gave LaSalle their first points as he placed 8th overall in the long jump finals. 3 more Explorers competed in the 500-meter finals, with Bradley Hoer placing 7th overall, while his teammate Dylan Titan came just behind him. And then junior Justin Guerre led the blue and gold in the 60-meter dash finals, finishing in 5th place with a time of just under 7 seconds. LaSalle finished out the A10 championships with a 9th place overall team finish to round out their regular indoor season.
And women's track also made the trip to Fairfax to compete at the A10 championships. Efetua Tyler was the top finish for LaSalle in the 800-meter, clocking in with a time just over 2 minutes for a second-place finish on the day. Senior Monet just set another school record on the hurdles, beating her previous record set at the Geigengak Invite 2 weeks prior, and just coasted through the 60-meter in 8.88 seconds for a third-place finish in the event. Caitlin Poez also had a stellar third-place finish in the 5,000-meter with a time just over 17 minutes. As a team, the Explorers finished 10th out of 13th with a score of 33 points.
And that does it for this week's recap. So when we come back, Dana Pecora sits down with volleyball standout, Devin Cora. Volleyball standout Devin Cora. Stay tuned.
We love LaSalle TV.
I love that new show, Flip.
I gotta keep up, so news you can use has to be my favorite.
I love LaSalle sports, so SportsLine is my favorite TV show.
We love LaSalle TV.
I love that new show with the psychology department, Relationships 101.
I love Backstage Pass. It's my favorite show.
We love LaSalle TV.
Sports Talk Philadelphia.
Q&A, I love that show.
It's got to be LaSalle TV News.
I love LaSalle TV.
Welcome back, and now it's time for a segment I'm extremely excited for. SportsLine correspondent Dana Pecora sat down with one of LaSalle's premier volleyball players, a Canadian wonderkind.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of On the Sideline. I'm your host, Dana Pecora, and today we are sitting down with breakout freshman volleyball star Devin Cora. Hi, Devin. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
First off, I just want to congratulate you on an awesome season. You came into this program as a freshman and absolutely killed it. You're one of 6 freshmen on the team, and you just had an absolutely breakout season, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I hear that you are now an A10 All-Rookie honor, which was awesome. That's a great accomplishment. You came into LaSalle your first weekend and earned MVP, and you just led the team with these incredible stats. So I really just want to talk about right now how that all felt, like how to come in and do all that.
Well, I can't take full credit for it. We had an awesome setter come in as a freshman as well, and had some good outsides that helped keep the block not all on me. So coming in is always easy to play well, and no one knows who you are. So you're not keyed on right away. So I can't take all the credit for it.
Yeah, well, everyone definitely knows who you are now. You made quite the name for yourself. It's awesome. So I want to talk a little bit also about the team. So you kind of had a challenging season. How would you consider it? Did you consider it a transition season? How'd you feel?
Yeah, well, we're, as you said, a really young team. We had 5 freshmen, a sophomore, and a senior playing. So we were all pretty young and had to kind of feel out how it all worked and how the teams played and that kind of thing. So it was definitely a transition season, and our stats were better this year than they were last year, and they're going to keep improving as my age grows and we bring in some new people and stuff. So.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So were there any, kind of matches that you felt stuck out in your head, kind of either that set the standard for you personally or for the team?
A big one is winning against Fordham in 5 here. It was the first conference game that we'd won in 2 years, so that's a pretty big deal, and it was good because Fordham had beat us in 4 in our first game of the season, so it was good to come back and win that against them. So I'd say that one stuck out.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. To continue on a little bit more with your team, like I said, you guys are very young, so you guys must have a great dynamic because you're all underclassmen. It's not too intimidating because you don't have so many seniors and juniors. So how does it feel? What's the dynamic on and off the court?
Well, as a girls' team, there's always a little bit of drama just based on it all being girls and stuff. But my team's really good at separating off the court and on the court, so you never see any of it impact how we play and how we play with each other. But for the most part, we're pretty good, and everyone gets along quite well and stuff, and so there's not really any problems. But
yeah, you guys hang out a lot, do a lot of team, because I know with being on a girls' team, you gotta that emotional connection is really, really important.
Yeah, definitely. You need to feel like you're supported and playing, and I think everyone for the most part does, and we all are there to help each other and stuff, and it's a good team.
Yeah, that's great, and hopefully that'll just continue on as you're all only freshmen and sophomores, so you guys will get to have each other, so that's awesome. And so for next season, what is your kind of attitude going into it? I know, like you said, it was harder of a season. So next year, what are your thoughts? What are your goals? What are your attitudes for you personally and for the team?
I think just going in and being positive and knowing what we can accomplish. I think we were quite timid just based on our previous record and how young of a team we were, and not knowing really where we would stand in the A10. So I think going in and being positive and taking each game as it comes and point by point. But I think the ultimate goal is for us to make the A10 tournament next year. It was a big goal for us this year, and we didn't get there. So hopefully next year we can win a couple more games and finish where we want to.
Yeah, definitely. So I know this whole conversation has pretty much been a big theme that you're a freshman, you're really young. Where do you see yourself kind of on the leadership role? I know it kind of can be intimidating coming in as a freshman and just being such, a breakout leader with your stats, but as more of a leadership role in the team, where do you think you'll be next year with that?
Well, I mean, our captain this year is a sophomore, so she's pretty young too, but I think just keeping to what I'm doing, and I've never been a captain of teams. I'm not that person. I don't talk enough, to be honest. But I think just staying with my stats and keep improving and getting better and leading in that way, and helping the team as much as I can that way. So.
Yeah. But you know, that's great too. You know, you always want to be a leader, and it seems like stat-wise, you definitely have been a leader. So that's great. Do you think that maybe you could learn to become, you know, that because people always on a team, you know, they always look for, you know, the leader on the court. Do you think you can maybe transform into that leader off the court as well? You know, be vocal, be someone that, you know.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible, and if the position fell upon me, I think I would be able to take it. It's currently Jensen's doing an amazing job of captain, and so I would never like try and take that from her. She's an amazing captain, especially for being so young. So
awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I wish you the best of luck next season and for the rest of the seasons at LaSalle. Thank you so much. And back to you guys.
Thanks, Dana. Nail it out there. It was honestly awesome to get the chance to hear from somebody that's just really a freshman coming in and making a huge step forward in the program. And on like another really cool side note, Devin actually plays for a 20 under team, like national team in Canada. She's crazy. But anyway, that's gonna throw us to break, and when we come back, we have Tyler coming on desk. So cool.
Stick around.
Did you go tanning? You're getting so tan. We need some sun.
Protect yourself. Protect your friends. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org.
And welcome back. There is plenty of LaSalle sports action this upcoming week, so let us welcome SportsLine reporter Tyler Moore for this week's Explorer Report. Hi, Ty.
Hi. LaSalle women's basketball team has had a great season leading into conference play. As of yesterday, the Explorers are 16 for 12, and as for conference play, 9 for 7. Jasmine Alston has had a great season. She has recorded 263 steals in her career here at LaSalle, where she gained the title of all-time leader in steals after she recorded her 234th steal on January 14th. Amy Griffin also received her 1,000th point this season, averaging 20 points per game. On Wednesday against Fordham, she shattered her career high of 26 points by more than 10 points, sinking 37. Freshman Sophelia Guafong has made a name for herself on the court as well. Guafong has awarded Rookie of the Week, has a career high of 18 points and 11 rebounds, also recorded her first double-double against UMass on Sunday. Adriana Miller has contributed to the Explorers' success as well. She reached her season high in points against a tough game with Harvard, dropping 27.
Wow. Heck yeah, no, it's so great to see like those stats in retrospect.
Yeah.
Super hyped on that. And thanks, Ty. And I know women's basketball is clearly the most exciting Explorer team playing right now, and they've got a lot of momentum heading into Saturday. And so that brings us to pick of the week. Yeah, and so then I'm gonna rant through this, and then I'm gonna come out of it. Now listen, for all you diehards, I don't care if you want two more picks, you get one. And that's because if you aren't at the A10 opening game, the entire SportsLine family will show up outside your house and stare at you, questioning your life decisions. And do you realize that Jasmine Alston is a senior? Do you realize that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see a peak team? Amy Griffin scored 37 points last game. And you know who hasn't scored anywhere close to 37 points in a game? The men's team. Hey, BJ, Pookie, Jordan, where you at? Honestly, Coach G should just enlist Amy Griffin and Jasmine Alston so they can actually play fundamentals solidly for once. In women's basketball, it's the void that you need in your life. You know, ice cream? No. Breaking Bad? Dumb. Women's basketball? Heck yeah. Does anybody else feel my level of passion right now? Any of you guys?
I do. You do?
I do.
I don't know if I feel it right now. But oh my
Gosh, this team is just so much on a roll. This is the most exciting team that we have at LaSalle right now. Clearly, they are just working so well as a team, and you have these up-and-comers like Wafong and Shalina Miller who are just really making huge plays for themselves.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited to see how this happens. And we're playing St. Bonaventure, who is seeded number 11th. We beat them previously earlier in the season, so I'm feeling really good about this game.
Seriously.
Same.
And Tyler, like, what do you think though has been like the secret to their success though this season?
I feel like it's Amy's just buzzer beaters, and just when the pressure gets hot, she's just there. Like she can do it all.
That's true. Amy Griffin and assisted by Jasmine Alston has made 3 or 4 just really crazy buzzer beaters for this team. It's been a really exciting game to send. Even though we lost against Fordham, it was really close. It could have easily gone to us.
Exactly. And the thing is, I think honestly at the end of the day, I think the thing that we're going to miss most next year though is seriously going to be Jasmine Alston. And I really want to see them go out in like a positive way, because not only Jasmine Alston, you have Micaiah Owens, who I know she's been struggling a lot this season, but the thing is, like, she's been a constant force for this team. And the thing is, Jasmine Alston, she's the reason that we are in these games, because she plays the rebounding game, she plays the stealing game. It's just she's just all turnovers, and so
she's just a beast on the court. I mean, Jake has done a really good job talking about Alston in the past. She is just so athletic, so strong, and it propels this team forward to give Amy Griffin those opportunities to help Micaiah Owens along the way, and really opens up for the freshmen as well coming in.
Yeah. And so you said you're friends with Sophia.
Yeah.
And what has her experience been, I guess, like coming on, like?
She really likes it. There's that she can just go there, get the ball, go up, and go back on defense. And many players can't get back, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that she's having that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But yeah, women's basketball. Let's go.
Saturday, 1 o'clock, noon at the Tom Goal Arena for the A10 Opener Championships. And that just about wraps it up for us this week. If you can't make it out to see the Explorer Report game on Saturday, be sure to tune in next week for our coverage, and keep up with this weekend's other sporting events by visiting goexplorers.com or check out this week's edition of the Collegian.
And so also check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/LaSalleTV. We welcome you to send us your thoughts and suggestions there.
For Dana, Steven, and our SportsLine team, I'm Anna Gomez.
And I'm Jake Smolinski. Thanks for joining, and we will see you at the game.